In this video, I'm going to show you guys a trading method in FIFA 20 which is accessible. You don't really need too many coins for it, and it's easy as well, and it'll make you a lot of coins. So what's not to like about that? Make sure to stick around till the end of this video. Let's get into it. If you want the cheapest FIFA 20 coins with a ban-proof system, make sure to go and check out Mule Factory. I've left a link in the description. If you use the code LE5CHEAP at checkout, you will get yourself a 5% discount. Let's get into it. Oh, what is going on, guys? LE96, so welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. In this video, we are back for another trading method in FIFA 20. Now, this trading method managed to make me around 100,000 coins in my Trading to 100,000 coins series, so I wanted to do a dedicated video on it. Now, I know that getting 100,000 coins in a week in FIFA 20, it's not the best thing in the world, but if you're not too good at trading and you basically need some coins and you've not got a lot to start with, it's just a perfect method, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what you need to do. And at the end of this video, we're going to do a trading session sort of live, going through and showing you guys exactly how I'm getting these different deals. Now, I've managed to get myself an this guy at 3,000 coins, and I've done this by using this method. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys exactly how much this guy is going for on the market at the minute, and show you guys how much of a good deal that actually is. So we're just going to go over here, and as you can see right here in a shadow, there you go. He's going for 9,000 coins. We got ours at 3,000 coins. We can sell that on for a pretty decent price. So there you go. That's basically what this method's going to be. Like I said, this method has actually come from my Trading to 100,000 coins series. If you want to go and watch that, I'll leave a little annotation so you can go and watch it. I make around 100,000 coins in a few days, probably from like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours trading per day. So not really too intense. So if you're someone who's a bit more casual with FIFA, it might be perfect for you. But as you can see right here, we managed to get this guy at 3k, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I've done it. So let's jump over to the transfer market. If you are new around here as well, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more FIFA 20 tips. Make sure to go and follow me on Instagram as well. There's a link in the description. If you follow me on Instagram, there will be some behind the scenes bits and pieces. So if you're a bit nosy, that's the best place to go and check me out. I completely forgot what I was going to say then, but there we go. And if you enjoy this video as well, drop a like on it. I'm not going to be setting like targets as much anymore, but this is exactly what you guys need to do. First off, you need to go and pick yourself one of these three chemistry styles. You either need to go for Shadow, you need to go for Hunter, or you need to go for Anchor. Now, the reason for this is if we go over to the Consumables tab and we go over to Chemistry Styles and we go over to these individual chemistry styles, so for example with Shadow, you can see that these are pretty expensive. On the market right now, Shadows are going for, looks like they're actually gone up in price to around 20,000 coins, and this is probably dependent on the time that I'm actually recording this. It's the weekend league right now, so a lot more people will be using these chem styles. They do come down every now and again. However, as you can see, the roundabout price is around 20,000 coins. If we go over to Hunter as well, these are another chem style which is quite expensive. So we go over here, as you can see, yeah, this is where we're up to with Hunters as well, going for around 7,000 coins. And then if we go over to Anchors as well, Anchors are quite expensive as well as far as I'm aware. So we go over here and they are going for around 3,000 coins roughly. So you can use any single one of these chem styles with this method, and basically what we're going to be doing is finding cards who have any of these chem styles on them, and as a result of those chem styles being on that card, that will increase the value, and that's basically how this method works. So again, what you need to do, go over to the transfer market and just go and find yourself a chem style. So let's go for Shadow because it's the most expensive one. We know this is around 19,000 coins, so if we find any cards for pretty cheap who are pretty similar to whatever they would be going for normally, and we found them with a Shadow on them, we know that we could potentially be increasing that player's price by around 19,000 coins because they've got that Shadow chem style on them. So what you need to do is you can leave the quality to any, or you can do gold. Personally, I use gold, but for this, let's just say any, just to make it easier. Then what you need to do with Shadow is you need to find players who are worth putting shadows on. That's defenders typically, because it increases the stats in the defensive positions. Now, you could go over here and go to position defender. However, what I do, I go to right back, I go to centre back, and then I go to left back. The reason for this is because you get a specific price, not an overall price. So if I go to defenders, all of those can pop up, and it's just a bit too broad, that kind of search in my opinion. Then what you need to do is you need to go over to the max buy now, and you need to sort of set it to be honest, whatever coin amount that you've got at the time. So I've got around 7,000 coins right now. just ignore my coin amount. Please ignore my coin amount. But say, for example, you had less, you can stick it to less. So let's just say, I'll meet you in the middle. Let's go for 4,000 coins on this one. So you've got all the method set up as best you can do. Now you need to select yourself a league. Now what I go for is popular league. So I'll show you guys towards the end of this video exactly how I would do this method overall. But with this, I just want to show you guys exactly what we're doing so far. Then once you've set all this up, you need to search up onto the market. Now what you're doing here is looking at the time remaining at the bottom, and you are looking for any cards who have only been listed up within the first 10 minutes. So the way to find that is if the time remaining says anything which is 50 onwards, that's been listed up within that first hour, or they've been listed up for longer. However, you can sort of tell based on the price how long they've been listed up for, because if it's too low, then it's a deal. But if it's pretty much the same as, like, say this Oreo here's 3.6 and this next one's 3.6, it's just not a deal. So this one could have been up longer, for example. So again, what you're looking for here is basically any cards who stand out as a deal, and I'm looking at all of these, and not really any of these are what I would consider a deal. They're all non-rare common gold players, and to be honest, it's just not worth it if the price isn't low enough. So once you've checked the right backs in the league that you've set, what you need to do after that is then go and check the centre backs. Easy as that. If you're using Shadow, if you're using Hunter, you would use different positions. If you're using Anchor, you probably use defenders as well. So again, search up with centre backs at 4,000 coins. You go to around the 59th minute on the market, because that's where usually all the deals are. There's no point checking any longer than that because the deals won't be that good. So we're taking a look at Bailey right here. There's one there at 3,000 coins. There's another Bailey there at 3.6. So that Bailey at 3,000 coins with a Hunter on him is probably an okay deal, but his next one up is 3.4k, and for the sake of like 100 coins, it's just not worth it, to be honest. And we're taking a look within that 50th to 59th minute. As you can see, there's only 2 players who fall within that category, and both of these aren't really a deal in my opinion. For example, Lindelof, no, just no. And the reason for that is because 4,000 coins on a Shadow Lindelof, I just don't think that many people are using him, and there's another one there at 3.8, so it's just not a deal. So you back out again, you come over here, you go to left backs, and we search up on the market for the left backs, and let's take a look at some of these. Okay, so Kieran Tierney, that's actually could be a good deal because 3.2k there. We've set it to 4,000 coins, and there's nothing else besides Tierney up right here of a Tierney card. As you can see, someone else has bought it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly why that was a deal. We've searched up at 4,000 coins. There was one up at 3.2. There was no other Tierneys at any other price on the market at that time, so he was a deal. Because he's got high pace, he is someone who people will want. He's 88 pace, so people will always want him. And again, what we would do if we had enough time is we would go over here, we go over to Kieran Tierney, and we would just take a look on the transfer market to see how much he's going for with a Shadow on him. As you can see, he's going for around 4.5k, so that deal that we just found was a deal because we could have sold him for around 1,000 coins profit, and that's the type of profit that you can get with this method. At the very minimum, you're looking at around 1,000 coins profit, so it's pretty decent method. So we're going to go back over here, we're going to go back over to the Prem, and we're going to see if we can see anything else. So Marcus Alonso amended, nah, there doesn't really seem like there is anything at the minute, so we will move into the next league. So when you're going into your next league, you're going to go into Ligue 1, and then you're going to set everything up the exact same way. You can start off on right back, you can start off on left back, really doesn't matter. Search up, and you're doing the exact same thing as you were. You're just searching up on the market to see if you can see yourself any in different leagues. The price on rare gold cards may be the tiniest bit higher, so that's something to bear in mind. So for example, with Ligue 1 right now, rare gold cards with Shadow on, they're just quite expensive for whatever reason. As you can see, Bernat right here is the only one at around 6.9k roughly, and there isn't any deals right there. So we move on to the next position, and we just keep going and going and going, and it's really as simple as that, to be honest. So I'm going to go through and get myself a deal. Then at the end of this, I'm going to go through and tell you guys exactly what I'm doing to find these deals. So let's get into it. So guys, I've managed to find myself a deal in Nacho Fernandez right here at 4.3k, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why he is a deal. So we're going to chuck him over to the transfer list. When you're listing these players up as well, don't be too cheeky with it, because if you are, you're going to get undercut, and that's one thing which we just don't want. As you can see right here, he's going for around 6.5k on the market right now. Now, without a Shadow on him, if I just put this down to around 2.3k, as you can see right here, he is actually around the same price as what we've just picked him up at. with a shadow on him. So we've actually got ourselves a very nice deal, because his minimum price is around 3.4k roughly, and what we picked him up at isn't too far away from that. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over to this at 4.3k, and we're going to lift ours up at 5.5k for 1 hour. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did to find that, and I'm going to show you guys exactly the method which you can use, and you can go through and just keep going over and over and over again until you find something. When you're listing these players up, you just go for probably around 1,000 coins under if you can, or a couple hundred coins under, and then you wait for them to sell on. Sometimes they'll take a couple of times reselling, but it doesn't matter too much. So this is where I was up to before. I was basically on any centre back, La Liga Santander, shadow. Now this is just what you do. You go through and you just see how much cards are going for within that time frame, like I said, and you go through and say, for example, you find yourself a deal, you add them to the transfer targets, and then you go and check the individual player price. If you can't find anything within that filter, you move on to the next one. So left backs, La Liga Santander, shadow, you see if there's anything there. You go over to the 59th minute or thereabouts, you see if you can see anything, and then you pick it up, and it's literally just as simple as that. And it's the exact same thing as well with the hunter and the shadow. Anchor, I definitely meant anchor. So again, with hunter, you go over here, you go over to some forward positions, so you're basically just looking for anything which is blue, and I'm going to go for, I don't know, let's go for right wing from the Prem, and let's just see how much they're going for. And it's the exact same scenario with every single thing, and you can see right here that some of these cards are going for quite a bit, like run about what, 3.5k for some of these, which is absolutely ridiculous. If we go to around that 59th minute though, there isn't really anything there. So honestly, it is really easy. As soon as you start to get in your head how much certain players go for, you can then start to note them down and start to list them up at whatever price you want to. So again, we've got one here in this Trossard right here. He could be a deal. I'm not really too sure how many people are going to be using him, considering you can get Pulisic for a pretty much a cheap price. But there you go. He's 3.5k. We're searching at 4,000 coins. Let's set it to 5,000 coins and see if there's any others up at Trossard. So let's go to over here. There's not, but there's one Marshall there at 4.7 though. Okay, never mind, he's going for 5k. But when I'm choosing the players, I normally go for meta players or anyone who just looks good. With that Trossard, he doesn't look the best, and that's the only thing putting me off him. We go over to strikers. We'll take a look in strikers. Who could we go for from over here? Because there's people who are still making BPL starter teams. You'd be surprised, but there definitely are some people. So, for example, got Rashford right here, 4.4k, but he's going for around 4.5 roughly. Batshuayi, they're at 3.3k. I have seen some Batshuayis before this, I think. There's one there at 5,000 coins. So that Batshuayi could be an okay shout, to be honest. It could be an okay shout. But there's one there at 4.5k and another at 4. Yeah, just nah. Move on to the next one. So again, I'm going to back out. I'll go to a different league. Liga, 5,000 coins. Hunter, let's see what's around here. Is there anything decent? Got Dembele's. He seems to be the most popular one from this league at 4,000 coins. Got Osimhen there, 4.9. It's just not really too much. So again, you just come out, you change the position, go for right wing, go for left wing, whatever it may be, and you can basically see how you start to learn the players' prices and how much they go for individually. Bamba, 3.9, nah. That one, nah. Go over to the Serie and set this up to right wing. Is there anything there at right wing? There just isn't, but you basically get the picture with this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come away just for the tiniest bit, wait for these cards to sell on, and I'll check back in with you lads once these cards have actually sold on that we have got. If you guys find a filter which you find quite profitable, let me know down in the comment section if there's any filters that you just use and you think these are so good. Let's take a look though here at this Muriel at 4.2k. Actually could be a okay shout, to be honest. Go over here and go over to Muriel, and we'll check up at Muriel on the market. How much is he going for in striker with a hunter? Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm happy with that. I've gone right down to 28 coins, but there you go, 4.2k. The next one up to 5.5, and it's his normal gold card. So I'll list this one up at 5,000 coins. Lovely. And like I said though, I'll be back in a minute. Here's where we're up to with everything. Let's just get rid of that Janssen because it's just not part of this video. And we've got all these cards right here, and we should be sat around 15,000 coins when we come back. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, lads, we are back. It didn't really take me too long to sell these on, to be honest. These were probably listed for probably around 20 minutes or so, something like that. And all of my cards have actually sold on. I've managed to get myself up to 15,000 coins now, which this method is really good. It is really, really good. You can do this with informs as well, but to be honest, I'm not the most experienced with that kind of method, so I don't really want to sit here and say this is what you should do, considering that I don't really know too much about it. It'd just be making a video for the sake of making a video. This is how I use this method, and to be honest, I find this quite profitable, and I'm never really in a situation where I need to be making loads and loads of coins. So this, with a low budget, is a perfect way to make coins in FIFA 20. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Drop a like on it if you have. But that is where I'm going to be wrapping up this video. I will be back tomorrow with another video. It's going to be a bit of a different video. I'm not going to be trading or anything like that. It's going to be a big video. So make sure that you stick around for that. If you want to know a bit more info about what it's going to be, make sure to follow me on Instagram or on Twitter. There's links in the description. Like this video if you've enjoyed it. Comment down below if you need any help with anything. Subscribe if you're new. One day I'll be able to talk properly. But this is 6, and I am off. Goodbye.